lovies, welcome back to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn and Hot Diggity. We've got mail call today. I've got some mail, some friend mail, and then I'm going to tell you all a little story about when I worked at the hotel, when I worked at a Residence Inn by Marriott. It's a good story. Anyhow, let's take a look and see what I got in the mail first. This one came today from my sister. Thank you very much for the goodies. I appreciate it. Big old smoocheroonies. Anyhow, she sent me some Barkeeper's Friend soft cleanser to clean my sink. I think the tip came from Susan to clean my copper sink with this, and I'm telling you what, baby, it does the trick like nobody's business. But this is hard to find in my neck of the woods. So she sent it to me from Amazon. Let's see what else we've got in here. Oops. Now these papers, sometimes there's a million of them, and what I like to do is flatten them out. I even take a light iron to them, and sometimes they're as long as my living room. Anyhow, I flatten them out, I iron them, and then when the kids come over, when little Liberty comes over, and my little nephews, Jackie's kids, yeah, I let them just go crazy with the crayons, and they can just make, you know, a whole panoramic drawing with them. Yeah, that. Why waste it? Why? Yeah. Other than that, I could crinkle it up and put it into my fireplace to make a nice fire this winter. That would work too. But just, that's how I like to recycle. I like to let the kids go to town on it. She also sent me a gigantic pack of alcohol prep pads. Yeah, thank you very much. These are very useful. I appreciate it. And what else do we have? To finish this box off, I've got 100-piece insulin needles. Thank you so much. She's always sending me some supplies. These aren't covered by my insurance, and so they're not terribly expensive, but she helps out, and I appreciate that. So yay, hooray. Thank you so much for the goodies, sissy. I'll see you soon. Family dinner in September. Remember, mark your calendar. Now this one came from my wonderful friend Karen. Hi Karen. Hi. And I'm telling you, you all are just so generous. And Karen, you're just over the top, baby. I can never say thank you enough. I love you all. You don't have to send me anything. I love you just for being you. Yeah, because you're all special to me. You're all my heart. Anyhow, Karen sent me this goodie box. Now I have just opened it, but I have not looked at it yet. So I'm excited to just dive right in. But you didn't want to see me struggle with the knife to get this open. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. So I'm kind of opening it upside down. Hope that doesn't hurt anything. Because my address, her address, is on the front of this box. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's in here. Okay, well this is pretty fantastic. This is a Wednesday, May 21st, 1980 newspaper from the Yakima Herald Republic in Washington State. And this is 3 days after the big Mount St. Helens explosion. I remember watching it on TV. Yeah, I would never seen anything like that. It was amazing and you know, just extraordinary in the power released, and then terrible for the people, the wildlife, the all the things, just extraordinary and terrible at the same time. Sometimes, you know, events are kind of like that. But so it is. Return to normalcy, ash, and its economic impact will be felt for a long time. So, yeah, so it's got a picture of a picture of the explosion. Okay, if we look at the back, also it has an ad. I love old newspapers. I don't know how you knew, Karen, but I love old newspapers. So they're having a steak sale. It's barbecue time. You can charge it And it's a small freezer special, $54.50. It includes 50 pounds at $1.09. Average weight 50 to 90 pounds. Section G through F on the chart. Okay, so I guess there's a chart in here about what cuts you will get, G through F. Yeah, $1.09 for beef. Yeah, take me back. Take me back. Loin and rib, plate and flank, giving you sirloin, T-bone, porterhouse, rib steaks, club steak, short ribs, and plate. Example only. Yield 2 and 3, 150 pounds at $1.49 per pound. $1.49 per pound. A beef half a cow, $1.05 per pound. $1.05 per pound for beef. Well, I'm going to have a really good time flipping through this newspaper, and I love newspapers. When I go garage sailing, if there's a box and it's got stuff wrapped up in it and it's got all the yellow newspaper, yeah, that's for me. I don't really care so much about what's in the box. There might be treasures, but I definitely want the newspapers. I was cleaning the garage earlier this week, and Andrew has this great big box in there of trophies from science fairs and engineering contests and robotics contests and, grade school, high school, college. As an adult, he still likes to participate in those things, and he's got all these trophies. And a lot of them are wrapped in the yellow newspaper, from 70s, 80s, 90s, that kind, through today, there's some in there. Anyhow, I was in there reading his newspapers, his yellow newspapers from Bakersfield. That's where he's from. So all around Kern County and California, where he participated in all of those science and robot contests and what have you. So I love old newspapers. Yay, hooray! That just makes my day. I'm telling you what. Okay, we got bubble wrap. Andrew loves bubble wrap. I'll save that for him. And oh my goodness, there's a lot of bubble wrap. And I see some stuff. Okay, let's see if I can get on in here. Oh my goodness, whatever it is, it's very breakable. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm trying to be very, very careful then. Very, very careful. Don't send me breakable stuff. I can't be trusted anymore. Oh, look at that. I'm guessing that's freeze-dried onion. It says onion on the front. And pretty, these are so cute. I love these little containers. I bet it smells great. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's nice. Karen, you're so thoughtful. Thank you, baby. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you. and lots of confetti streamer kind of things. Very festive. I love that. Yeah, you got to celebrate. Even the small things. Yeah. Now, I don't celebrate getting the bills in the mail. But, I celebrate making it to the mailbox and back up. Hot diggity. I didn't fall in the driveway. Nobody had to go scrape me up off the pavement. What is in this one? Oh, my goodness. It's garlic. I got to smell it. It's like, it's better than the candle store. It's better. Oh, that smells fantastic. Some garlic. Hello, Yakima. You're beating Gilroy. Thank you. Oh, this is a big one. Okay. Streamers. I love the streamers. I'm going to save those for my little niece, Cookies. I've got a present for her. I haven't seen her since her birthday. And yeah, I'm going to put that in her recycle and reuse. But I'm really glad it's not the small confetti because I'd have to vacuum. When I worked at the hotels, we would charge you $20 if you wanted to put confetti in your conference room. If there was going to be confetti, we charged you $20 because it was just, yeah, it was just too much. Okay, this is onion powder. I'm not going to open this one because I can see the oxygen absorber. If the other one had an oxygen absorber, I do have some in my stash, so I can seal them back up. Oh my goodness, I'm telling you what, it's like Christmas over here. It's like Christmas. I love this. I never see this at my party supply. I love that. Karen, you are too much, too much. I don't deserve you, but neither does anybody else, so I'm keeping you. Now, she sent me a photo of all of the onion and garlic that she had grown in her garlic powder. I just love these little containers. Yeah, those are precious. This is a beautiful gift. I've got onion powder and garlic flakes until the cows come home. Yes, please. Oh, yeah. Dill. Because mine hasn't even started back up. I won't plant that until like December. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. Karen and her husband, they have a freeze dryer. And I think that's fantastic. I do not have one because I can't see it being cost effective for just the two of us. Oh. Look at the size of this head of garlic. Look at that. It's as big as my hand. Karen, what are y'all growing up there, baby? Look at this. Look how huge that is. Yeah, that's enormous. That's enormous. You guys are too much. Oh, there's another one. Oh, it smells fantastic. Smell it. Yeah, it's so big. And this one is kind of purple. That's beautiful. I can't wait to make something. You know what I'm going to make? It's just a very simple, I'll use the fake pasta and I'll do a garlic and olive pasta just with that fresh garlic and some of the nice olive oil that I just got. Maybe finish that off with just 1 tablespoon of butter. I mean, that's worth celebrating. I might even have to get out a little bit of red wine. Just a smidge of red wine to go with that meal. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm telling you what, the newspaper would have been, oh, there's more. But wait, there's more. Another head of garlic. Oh, look at those. Those are some big bulbs, baby. Hot diggity. Okay. All right, I think I got it. And then we have a lovely little note. About the garlic. Oh yeah, fantastic. Karen, thank you so much. Thank you so much, baby. I appreciate you like nobody's business. Ooh, big squeezy hugs and huge smooch-a-ronies. And I don't know how you still have a newspaper from 1980, but I'm willing to part with it. I'm not going to part with it. It's going to go with my treasures. It's going to go with my treasures. Yay, hooray. All right. Going to have a little drinking an orange Fanta, an orange zero sugar Fanta. They're pretty good. If you don't like diet sodas, this one hardly tastes like diet at all. Some of them taste like poison. Anyhow, I'm going to tell you all a story about working at my hotel. So I worked at a Residence Inn in Scottsdale. It's an excellent location. It's just between Scottsdale Road, Frank Lloyd Wright. On one side of us is the canal, and then on the other side of that is a very fancy hotel The Princess Resort, that's where they have the Phoenix Open. And now I think it's called Waste Management Open, but that's not very pretty. Why? That's our garbage company. I don't know why you'd name it after them, but I still call it the Phoenix Open because I'm old. And I can just call things as I remember them. Anyhow, the Phoenix Open. So it's a very nice location, and we got very nice guests. And we sometimes would get unusual guests. One of the most unusual group of guests that we got were these religious sect group. They were down in Phoenix for Lyme disease treatment. And they were from much north of here. I'm not going to say exactly where, but they were from much north of here in town for Lyme disease. It was the father, we'll just call him Pappy Jones, the mother, the daughter, and I don't know, like a cousin or something like that. There were 4 of them. Pardon me. So I'm back in the kitchen, I'm cooking, and I was hired to cook meals every night of the week, home style meals, and typically I would feed between 25 and 125 people on any given day. And home style meals, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, spaghetti dinners, you know, things that you would find at home. And it was great fun because I could make the menu every month. And my boss didn't really care so long as I had good guest satisfaction survey scores. You do whatever it is that you've got to do so long as we don't have to cook, we don't have to clean, and you show up every day. Feed these people. They were hungry. So I'm cooking back in the kitchen, and I hear this kind of commotion out in the lobby, and I came around to see what was going on. And I see these people in these fantastic costumes, to say the least. So the man is wearing black pants and a white button-down shirt and like a black ribbon kind of a tie. The women, their costumes are fantastic. They are these T-length, not quite to the floor, but between, you know, the knee and the ankle dresses, full dresses with, you know, a bustle and a, you know, a tighter fitting bodice and these puff sleeves and the most gorgeous colors that you have ever seen, and like taffeta. Yeah, they looked hot, and they've got like socks on, and they've got these like boots that they're wearing, and they look like they just stepped out of some kind of a late 18th century, early 19th century kind of a play or something like that. No makeup. They all had these very extravagant braids going on. Like, I don't know braids. I've never been able to braid my hair, but a Dutch braid, all twisted up and piled. Anyhow, like they had never cut their hair in their life. They must have had some serious hair. But they had these fantastic braids and these dresses. And I'm thinking they're from some kind of a play, and they're going to, my boss is introducing himself to them, and they're negotiating a rate because they are going to be here indefinitely. And are you here for some kind of a play? And no, we're here for medical treatment. And 2 of the girls had Lyme disease, and we were right next to also Mayo Hospital and Aveda. So they were getting all the Lyme disease treatment that they could get because in where they lived in a very remote part of North America, they did not have this kind of treatment. So, okay, so you're not part of a play. You're here for medical treatment. Fantastic. Do you have any allergies or anything that I should know about to make your stay nice? And please join us in the morning for breakfast. Please join us in the evening for dinner. Yada, yada, yada. Let me show you the dining room. And, you know, because I'm part of the welcome wagon. And I loved it. I loved being part of the welcome wagon. So I'm showing them around the dining room and around the gatehouse, you know, and this is where you can, you know, the business center and everything. And so they tell me that they're Hutterites. And I said, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that. And evidently it's some kind of a religious sect. And just like every religion, you know, you've got better Catholics, and maybe Sunday and Christmas Catholics, and you know, you've got some people that are more devout than others, and some of them that, pick and choose what works for them. I'm not to judge. But, so they wear these fantastic costumes, these outfits, these are their clothes, and every day it's something more fantastic than the next day and what have you. And so they tell me that they're Hutterites. I've never heard of a Hutterite. So, I go back to the kitchen after I wave them off and have a great stay. Let me know if you need anything. And get on my phone. I'm looking up Hutterites. And evidently, it's some kind of subsect. So not Amish, not Mennonite, but some kind of subsect off of that. I don't know how loosely related they are. But at least for this family, the rules were a little bit different. So the women, very conservative. Every day they come to the kitchen and they want to help me do dishes. And I tell them, well, we don't make guests do dishes unless your visa doesn't go through. And then, you can help me wash dishes to pay for your room. Just a joke. Not having guests wash dishes at my hotel. I get behind on dishes. Somebody will come help me. I'm not worried about it. Anyhow, very nice ladies. And they come to our first evening dinner. So our first evening dinner is going to be like Salisbury steak and mashed potatoes. It's got caramelized onions and mushrooms. And then I think we had green beans and a salad. And I think we had cookies for dessert. I opened about 5 bottles of wine, red and white, depending on what you wanted to go with it. And then we would have sodas, iced tea, and I would also make lemonade. It was the whole shebang. It was the whole I had such a good time doing it. Yeah, we just cooked up a storm back then. It's a young person's job, let me tell you. Because those dishes, they'll kill you. So I got the dinner all set out, and they start coming in at 5 o'clock, and here come the Hutterites. Yeah. And Pappy Jones, he's got his eyes get rubbed. You got alcohol. Yeah. By all means, help yourself. We have beer and we have wine. That's what we have. And he makes a beeline for the beer, and he puts 2 in his pocket and grabs one with his dinner. I'm not judging. I'm not saying anything. It's none of my business. And this goes on. And the women, they come for breakfast. They come for the dinner. Pappy Jones is like putting 2 beers in his pocket and taking one with him. And maybe he swings back around for another one before I get everything cleaned up. Because the last thing I always bring in was the beer and wine. Because if you missed dinner, maybe a beer and a glass of wine and a bag of Cheez-Its from the marketplace would keep you going, Maybe you've got a snack up in your room because all the rooms had little kitchenettes. Maybe a beer or a wine would keep you going. So I left that out until almost 9 o'clock, and that was the last thing I would put away for the night. And anyhow, the Pappy Jones. The women tell me that in their community, every person has a responsibility. Like there is a woman who picks out all of the patterns for the dresses, and she picks out all of the fabrics and the color schemes and what have you. And then they all work like a sewing bee to make all of these fantastic dresses and costumes, and fantastic. They're fantastic. And this is a very coveted role in their community. But the most coveted role in their community is the lady that cooks. The lady that cooks all of the meals for their communal meals, similar to the residence inn. And they're like, see, you would be like the top dog in our community because you cook all of the meals. You buy all the food. Well, I don't buy it, but I order it and unpack it and label it and all the things that you've got to do. And you plan the meals and the menu, and yeah, you would be like one of the top dogs, the top women in our community. But that's a lot of responsibility. I'm good. Yeah, but everybody helps out. It's communal living. They're farmers. Pappy Jones likes a few beers, but I'm guessing he doesn't get them at home. I think that this trip to Phoenix to for Lyme disease treatment was like his get out of jail free card. Like when we go to Las Vegas, anything goes. You can repent for it later, I'm sure. Anyhow, he's whooping it up. So one day he comes into the kitchen and he asks me, I know it's not dinner time, but do you think I might have a couple beers? And well, sure, Pappy Jones, here, I already had them chilling, cooling off. Here, they're pretty cool. Here you go. I don't even care if they're hot. Okay, well, you enjoy your couple beers. Anyhow, he had a couple beers, and I didn't think much of it. They come in for dinner, and they're going through the line, and I'm restocking and refilling as people are going through the line. Pardon me, let me in here for one moment and put the new tray out and take the other tray back to the kitchen. And anyhow, Pappy Jones is getting ready to grab some mashed potatoes, and there's not even one serving left. Hey, excuse me for 1 minute. I'm gonna refill these mashed potatoes. So I've got my glove, and I grab the chafing dish, and I pop the other chafing dish in. And meanwhile, he leans in and whispers into my ear, I wish you were one of my wives. And I just looked at him and smiled and just walked away. And I just went in the kitchen, and I thought, no, you don't. You do not wish, you do not, nope, that's never gonna happen. Anyhow, this man was 3 sheets to the wind. And turns out that he had also been drinking across the street over at the Courtyard bar that opened at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So those 2 beers that I gave him earlier, those were just an appetizer. They had a great time, and it was a nice time for them to just relax. Those women didn't have to do any dishes, and Pappy Jones had a really good time, living it up. Anyhow, God bless them, these Hutterites. So, a few weeks later, I'm in the kitchen, and I'm turning off the lights. I've locked the back door. I'm getting my purse together and checking the temperatures on all of my refrigerators and freezers one last time before I leave. And Pappy Jones burst through my back door. I mean, he just right through the back door, busted it right off of the, right through the strike plate. Do you think I might have a couple of beers before you leave? And this man had on a Speedo, just a Speedo. It wasn't good at all. He was not a man who should be wearing a Speedo. Pappy Jones. Now, I don't mind you taking a couple of extra beers. I don't mind you putting them in your pocket. But the lights are off, and the beers are hot and put away, and I don't have any left, and none for you. And you broke my door. You broke my door. Anyhow, God bless them. When I left that job for a different job at another hotel, they were still there. They might still be there. I don't know if they are howdy, but they were nice, salt of the earth people. And Pappy Jones, not interested. But that's the thing when you work at a hotel. You get naked people in Speedos, people in their pajamas, people in your dining room with no shoes on. Dogs that eat at the table. I don't mind dogs in the dining room. That doesn't really bother me, but dogs, we don't feed dogs at the dining room table. It's a health code violation. I got hit on plenty of times. That was back when I was young. And I got hit on plenty of times, and actually made quite a good amount of money working over at that Residence Inn in tips every night. So it was a fun job, and I had a lot of fun guests, and I had Pappy Jones and his wife, his daughter, and the cousin, and the outfits were fantastic. I need some outfits like that, I think. I'll go look for some over at the Goodwill. But big, bright, beautiful flowers, with like a corresponding check print. Like you wouldn't think that the two prints would be fabulous together, but they were. Anyhow, I am super excited about this lovely gift from Karen. Again, thank you so much. You are my friend and I love you. You don't have to send me a darn thing. I love you just for being you. I love all of you just for watching and keeping me company and listening to my crazy stories. And it's been a fun life. I've had a good time. And keep on keeping on. That's what I say. Yeah, absolutely. Just like Pappy Jones. But don't break down people's doors. All right, my lovies. Well, I got to go put this stuff away. I've got to go write a thank you note for my wonderful friend. Again, thank you, Sissy. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. I am going to use these. Oh, that dill. That dill is so fragrant. I swear you can smell it right through this mason jar. And I'm going to read that whole newspaper. Anyhow, I'll read that whole newspaper. If I come across any good stories, I'll get back on here and share them with you. Probably on Wednesday. Today's Monday. I'm going to post today, even though it's late. Anyhow, be good. Be careful. Look both ways. Celebrate the little things. Find a little joy wherever you can. And remember that I love you. I love you tons. Big old smooches. Great big squeeze-a-ronies. See you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous.